Hello viewers, this is Geeta. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to see revaluation of property, plant and equipment depreciation. Okay, what we studied under partnership revaluation is different. This revaluation is different. This is under AS 10. Why should we revalue the asset? We should revalue the assets at adequate intervals so that the carrying amount does not differ substantially so that it reflects fair value. What they wanted to convey means the value of the asset, the book value of the asset should not, that is called the carrying amount. The carrying amount is the book value of the asset. It does not differ substantially to a large extent with the market value so that it reflects the fair value. What is our aim in preparing a balance sheet? To show the true and fair position of the business. So it should not show a value which is differing a lot from the market value. So we have to revalue the assets then and there. That is within adequate intervals. Okay, so under this revaluation, we are going to see two types. One is what would be the depreciation after the revaluation. You will be getting sums on that, and the another part is accounting. Okay, so first part is that we are going to take a revised revaluation. After that, how to calculate the depreciation. For that, I have taken an example so that we understand it very, very clearly. There was one question in November 2018 CA Foundation, question number 2C for 4 marks. So the asset may be revalued upwards or the asset may be revalued downwards depending upon the market value. Okay, now we are moving on with the example. A plant and machinery costing 10 lakh rupee depreciated on SLM straight line method, assuming 10 years useful life and zero residual value for 4 years. At the end of the 4th year, the plant and machinery was revalued upwards 40,000. The remaining life reassessed at 8 years. Calculate depreciation for the 5th year. So what they are telling us, they are giving an information that the plant and machinery was costing 10 lakh rupee. Depreciation we have to provide on SLM method, and this was provided from the beginning, and the life was assessed at the beginning. The useful life may be 10 years. So according to that, there was no residual value or salvage value, and the depreciation was done accordingly for 4 years. Till the end of the 4th year, this was going on. And at the end of the 4th year, they felt that the plant and machinery should be revalued. Then the revaluation was upwards. Upwards means there was an increase in the value of asset. So that was to the extent of 40,000. So we have to increase the carrying amount by 40,000. So then again they have assessed the life as 8 years only. Okay, so now calculate the depreciation for the 5th year. Let us understand it through a timeline. So I am taking it for example, it is 2017. The cost of the plant and machinery was 10 lakh and life was 10 years and residual value was 0. So we SLM method. So how we find out the depreciation? We find, all of us know very well that total cost minus estimated scrap value divided by estimated useful life. There was no scrap value, so this 10 lakh was divided by 10. So we are getting 1 lakh per year. SLM means we are going to charge the same amount year after year for full year. Clear? So now for 4 years, what would have been the depreciation? It is 4 lakh rupee. Okay. So now after 4 years, my asset was at the cost of 10 lakh rupee, depreciation charged for 4 years 4 lakh rupee. So the book value at the beginning of the fifth year would be 6 lakh rupee. At this time they have revalued the asset and it was in upwards direction. It means there is an increase in the value of the asset, so that asset increase is added. So the now as a reassessed value carrying amount has become 6,40,000, and they have reassessed the life also. The life also reassessed as 8 years. So what is my depreciation? There is no salvage value or residual value. So 6,40,000 divided by 8 is going to be 80,000 per annum. It is as simple as that. So this is the depreciation for the fifth year. This was the sum came in November 2018. So now we are going to see the second part. First part is revised depreciation. Now we are moving on with the accounting part. Okay, the accounting treatment. There are two types of accounting treatment. One is revaluation happens for the first time, and another one is revaluation happens at the subsequent time. Means first time ஆயிருச்சு, then the second time they are doing it. So here we will first see the revaluation for the first time. So there is first time they are revaluing, like that the question which we have seen, they have not mentioned anything, cost they have shown. So this was the revaluation first time we have done. And what would be the accounting treatment? Let us see here. So there was an upward revaluation of asset from 8 lakh to 10 lakh. Originally the value of the asset was 8 lakh. Let us take it as 8 lakh rupee. Now this value of the asset has increased to 2 lakh rupee. So my asset has gone up by 2 lakh rupee. What we used to do, asset account is to be debited. All the assets when they are increased, they have to be debited. So asset account is debited with 2 lakh rupee. And now we have to credit it to revaluation reserve account. We should not credit to P&L account because there is no profit. I am just increasing the book value of my asset. Just by increasing the book value, I am not getting any increase in my profit. If we do like that, what companies will do? Every year they will increase the book value of the asset and they'll be able to get more loan and they'll be able to raise their share value. So we are going to credit it to an account called a revaluation reserve account as per the guidelines of AS10, which is dealing with the fixed assets. Okay, so asset account is debited to revaluation account. This is the first time if it happens, there is an upward revaluation. Suppose the first time there is a downward revaluation, then what would be the entry? So for example, I am taking from 10 lakh, if it comes down to 7 lakh. What will happen? Whenever there is a downward revaluation of an asset, it is a loss to the business because the asset value of the asset comes down. So we have to charge it to P&L account. So I am going to charge to P&L account to 3 lakh rupee because the asset has come down from 10 lakh to 7 lakh, and ultimately the asset account has to be credited with 3 lakh rupee. Is it very simple as such? So because there is a decrease in the value of the asset, which is a loss to the business. Narration you can write always, so I am not writing the narration. The first time when there is an increase, we are going to debit the asset account and credit the revaluation reserve account. When there is a first time decrease, we are doing it the revaluation the first time, then there is a decrease, then we have to charge it to P&L account. You have to write full profit and loss account to asset account. Now what will happen on the subsequent time? In the subsequent period, there are 4 scenarios how it is going to happen. The first case we are going to see, suppose the first time there is an increase in revaluation. What I am going to write, all of you know the first time increase is asset account debit to revaluation reserve account. Subsequent also there is a increase. So first time increase means we are going to write asset account debit There was an increase in the first time. So I am writing asset account debit. I am assuming, an example, 8 lakh to 10 lakh rupee. So I am assuming 2 lakh rupee. I am not writing in full, to revaluation reserve account. So our account I am writing in short. Revaluation reserve account we are crediting with 2 lakh rupee. See here, in the subsequent years, suppose after 2 or 3 years, again I am revaluing my asset and still there is an increase, that is from 10 lakh to 12 lakh suppose, then again I have to pass the same journal entry. Asset account debit, you will be getting in the true false, you will be getting in the MCQ also these type of questions, so you should understand it very well. Again I have to do revaluation reserve account. Okay, there is no change. When first time also there is an increase, so I have credited the revaluation reserve account. Subsequently also there is an increase, I have to credit the revaluation reserve account. Okay, so now the second case. First time there is an increase from 8 to 10 lakh. So what I am going to write in the first time, asset account debit 2 lakh rupee, and the increase is to go to revaluation reserve account. I am writing in short in order to save time. Reserve account, that is 2 lakh rupee. Okay, so the first time there is an increase, so I have written my journal. Now subsequent, after 2 or 3 years, when I revalue my asset, there was a downward revaluation. Now how to do it, listen very carefully. 10 lakh to 7 lakh rupees. So this has to be charged to P&L account. But before charging to P&L account, first we have to charge to revaluation reserve account, because we are having 2 lakh rupee at our revaluation reserve account when we first revalued this asset. Okay, so now what I am going to write, so there is a decrease, means we have to credit the asset account. You know very well that you are going to credit the asset account with 3 lakh rupee. So this asset will be credited with 3 lakh rupee. I am having a 2 lakh rupee at my revaluation reserve. So first this decrease will be charged from revaluation reserve account. I have to debit it with 2 lakh rupee. If there is any balance, will be charged to P&L account. If you are understanding very well, it is good. Suppose there is only the downward revaluation is only 1.5 lakh, then there is sufficient amount in the revaluation reserve account. So I can debit the revaluation reserve account 1.5. To that extent, how much it was revalued downwards, I need not to go for P&L account. But if there is any excess amount, உங்களுக்கு புரிஞ்சிருக்கும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். சப்போஸ் என்னுடைய டவுன்வேர்டு ரீவாலுவேஷன் ஒரு 1.5 லேக் தான் அப்படின்னா, எங்கிட்ட ஆல்ரெடி ரீவாலுவேஷனில் 2 லேக் ருப்பி இருக்குது. ஸோ ஐ வில் பி டெபிட்டிங் மை ரீவாலுவேஷன் ரிசர்வ் அக்கௌண்ட் ஒன்லி 1.5 லேக் அண்ட் அசட் அக்கௌண்ட் வில் பி கிரெடிட்டட் வித் 1.5 லேக். அந்த மாதிரி கேஸில் நமக்கு P&L அக்கௌண்ட்டை சார்ஜ் பண்ண வேண்டியதில்லை. சப்போஸ் திஸ் அமௌண்ட் இஸ் மோர் தேன் வாட் ஐ ஆம் ஹேவிங் இன் மை ரீவாலுவேஷன் ரிசர்வ், தென் ஐ ஹாவ் டு debit the P&L account with the excess amount over and above adjusted against revaluation reserve. I hope it's very, very clear to you. Now coming back to the third scenario. Third scenario is, the third case is, first time there is a decrease. So what I am going to do, first time when there is a decrease, we have to charge to P&L account only. So P&L account we have seen, the first time decrease we have seen, we have to charge P&L account 3 lakh rupee to asset account. This was done at the first time when I was revaluing my asset. So what I did, P&L account I debited with 3 lakh rupee and I credited the asset account with 3 lakh rupee. Okay, now subsequently after 3 years when I am revaluing, the revaluation has come as upwards. Now the value of the asset has gone up by 5 lakh rupee. So what I have to do, first you have to debit the asset to the extent of increase. So asset account is debited with 5 lakh rupee. Listen very, very carefully. When there is an upward revaluation, earlier I debited the P&L account with 3 lakh rupee. First, this will be credited. So, to P&L account, because first time there was a debit available in my P&L account, I have charged 3 lakh rupee. So, now I will reverse that P&L account debit, and balance amount only I will take it to revaluation reserve account. We will not be crediting the revaluation reserve with 5 lakh rupee. We will be first reversing the PL account and then the balancing figure, if any, again. So if there is any balance, that will go to your revaluation reserve account. Hope it's very clear. Now coming to the last scenario, there was a first time decrease. So what I would have done, we have already sent PL account is debited. So I have taken this from 10 lakh to 7 lakh. So PL account is debited with 3 lakh rupee to asset account. Asset account has to be credited with 3 lakh rupee. There was a first time decrease. So I have done like this. So I am writing in short everything. So subsequent decrease, again after 3 or 4 years, when I was revaluing, again there is a decrease. Now I cannot do anything. Again I have to charge my PL account. So now this has come to 7 lakh to 5 lakh. I am just taking an example of 7 lakh to 5 lakh. Again I have to debit my PL account with 2 lakh rupee to asset account. These are the 4 cases where we will be having different type of accounting treatment for revaluation of PPE, that is property, plant and equipment. These are as per the guidelines of AS stand. We will be doing it. Till now they have not asked the journal entry in your questions, but they have asked a number of true or false and MCQs based on this. If you are not clear with this, you will not be able to do those MCQs. Hope this video would have helped you. If it has helped you, please like, share and comment, and you please write the best part of this video. And thank you for all my lovely subscribers and viewers and those who are commenting and encouraging us. Thank you for watching.